Construction has already started for the new entrance area over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and we'll discuss what this means for the future of that park up next. Hi there Waltoneers, I'm Jack. This is DSNY Newscast. Go ahead and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and congratulations to these guys here, that's Shelby, Joey and Haley, for winning the DSNY Newscast pins from the last video, and we're going to be doing that hidden Mickey thing again throughout the video, so make sure you put the timestamp down in the comment section down below, and I will then message you if you are correct. And with that being said, let's get to today's headlines, which is that Disney's Hollywood Studios is undergoing a massive renovation and overhaul with Toy Story Land and Star Wars Land expansions. But that's not the full story, as what is not being mentioned is the massive infrastructure changes that are taking place around the entirety of Disney's Hollywood Studios. And this is incredibly important to understand what could be coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios further on down the road. You see, it was confirmed last year by documents that were filed with the Reedy Creek Improvement District and also the South Florida Water Management System that Disney are not only planning on massively expanding the parking lot by filling in the wetland areas, but they are also planning on building a new road system around Hollywood Studios. And we have the first photos of the clearing that's going on for this construction from BioReconstruct. Go follow him on Twitter, he's always got some great photos coming out. But diving into these photos, we can see that this new road system won't just cut down the travel time to Disney's Hollywood Studios, but it will also more than likely be the area where the new gondola system station for Disney's Hollywood Studios will go, which will connect Disney's Hollywood Studios to Epcot, the Caribbean Beach Resort and the Pop Century Resorts. Now, what could all of this mean? Well, with Disney rebuilding the entire front section of the park's infrastructure, which means that the toll booth area will be relocated to the new road system. This enables Disney to have further expansion areas in the front quadrant of Disney Hollywood Studios Park. Now, this area could of course be used for a backstage area for cast members, but it could also be used for a future Marvel Land if Disney and Universal finally agree on the terms of the Marvel licensing agreement. And we're talking many years down the road. Other activity shows that Disney's Hollywood Studios will be getting a new firework launch area, as there has been new clearing at the back of the park, which really benefits all of us guests, as the nighttime fireworks that currently accompany the Star Wars A Galactic Spectacular will finally be centered behind the Great Movie Ride like they once were before, instead of off to the side as they are at the moment. And it's news today that Disney have finally decided to do something about the terrible viewing area for the nighttime projection shows on the Great Movie Ride, as they have now announced that the Star Wars stage is going to be a mobile, removable stage, which you can remove it out of the area, so therefore it frees up more space for guest viewing of the Disney Movie Magic Show and the Star Wars A Galactic Spectacular. But speaking of the Great Movie Ride, there's going to be some huge changes coming to that attraction fairly soon, which should roughly begin in August of this year. But I'll do a video on that at a later stage, and we'll get right into it and discuss all of the different details then. Also, whilst we're at Disney's Hollywood Studios, Star Wars Land is finally starting to go vertical, with the first shots of the show buildings being formed. And apparently there'll also be a new end section of the Muppets Courtyard that will transition into Star Wars Land. So whether this means that Muppets Courtyard will be expanded into this section remains to be seen. So with all of that being said, once Disney have finally finished with their massive makeover of Disney's Hollywood Studios, which is costing $2.8 billion, they're planning on renaming the entire park, with recent rumours suggesting that either Disney's Hollywood or Disney's Hollywood Land would be the new names of Disney's Hollywood Studios. But personally, I prefer Disney's Hollywood Adventure, as if they call it that, they could rename both Disney's California Adventure and Disney's Hollywood Studios to the same name, as both parks share similar attractions and lands and themes. But now it's over to you, the Waltoneers, to decide. I would like to know what you would call Disney's Hollywood Studios once this massive makeover is completed, and really get creative with your suggestions, as I'm going to be giving away another pin of this DSNY Newscast pin to whoever comes up with the best suggestion suggestion for Disney's Hollywood Studios renaming. Now, in other Disney World news, Disney are finally cracking down on the fraudulent use and activities of the Fast Pass Plus system. And you'd have thought that they'd have cut down on this years ago. Well, for many of you who don't realise that FastPass Plus reservation system is open to fraudulent activities and people cheating the system so therefore they can get more fast passes, the way it worked is that people would buy extra park tickets and not use them when they went through the park gate. They would gain the extra fast pass reservations on that ticket, so therefore one person could end up with a huge amount of fast pass reservations, which damaged the rest of the experience for the other guests in that park that day. But now, Disney are going to be checking those FastPass Plus reservations when you return to use that FastPass, that you have actually registered with the front gate to enter the park using that one park ticket. And if you haven't, Disney will then revoke the ticket. And lastly, we've got a brand new poster for the upcoming Pixar movie Coco, which will be their first ever musical animated feature. This movie is set in Mexico and is set around the story of Miguel's quest to uncover his family's musical past, which leads him to arrive in the land of the dead, otherwise known as Los Dias de los Muertos. And I'm aware I may have just mispronounced that name. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Go ahead and comment down below, as I really want to know your suggestions for what you would call Disney's Hollywood Studios after the makeover. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.